what else am I gonna do? Go outside and catch the coronavirus? I'm gonna sit here and fix this loan and stuff like that.
And there was this bug called like an earwig. I don't know if you've ever seen this kind of bug. It's like a little flat stick. It's disgusting.
Steph of anime, do you think in 2 weeks you're still gonna be playing Animal Crossing?
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Baton Pass. I'm Steph, joined by my lovely co-host.
Hi, I'm V. What's going on, everybody?
Yay! And today, we've decided to deep dive into another special interest of both of ours that I don't think we quite knew how much we both like to play this game, and that is Animal Crossing. We just got done doing a really fun Patreon special where we toured each other's islands. So we're going to be yapping, talking about Animal Crossing today. But if you're like, I kind of want to see what both of them got up to in their islands, support us on Patreon. And thank you to those who already support us on Patreon because it goes a long way to support the series. So yeah, that was so fun. V, how are you feeling after the tours of our Animal Crossing island?
I will say, I feel like I'm not doing enough. Yeah, I feel like well, to be fair, this is a day one island in comparison to me who made like a secondary island.
Yeah,
just kind of
you
like making it
your whole island. And also I think you're understating. So for those of you who don't know Animal Crossing, when you reset your island until this most recent update that's coming, that will be out by the time that this episode comes out, you had to grind for all those new items I saw on your island. You had to grind a second time for those. Like, that's crazy.
It's a lot. But it was fun. I just didn't feel like I don't know, trying to like I don't know. I guess I just didn't like my first island. Let's just keep it to the you know, the deep root of it, I suppose.
How many hours did you put into your very first Animal Crossing island?
I think, well, I will say, I think in total for Animal Crossing is definitely over 400 hours. I'm pretty sure there's like an exact metric where I can check, but I would say like 400 hours easily. But you tell me that you're like not deep into Animal Crossing, and you told me before we started recording that you locked in 600 hours? That's 200 more hours than me. That's crazy. Like, it's not crazy, but it's like... You sell yourself short.
I play a little bit, everyone. But the thing is, between the two of us, V, I go to you for the information. You will actually know the knowledge about Animal Crossing and what's going on, or hey, this villager does this, or here's this feature about Animal Crossing. For me, it's just pure explore and press buttons and go wee for hundreds of hours. And then, you know, I get bouts of inspiration, but as you saw from my island, it was like, I want to make a spa. So I just make a spa. Then I'm like, I want to make a carnival. And then I just make a carnival. Like, I just pick spots on my island. I'm like, I want to make this thing. And I don't.
But isn't that the fun of it, though? Like, isn't that the fun of Animal Crossing? You could just like make whatever you want and stuff. Yeah. But I guess how we can start this is I'll just ask before New Horizons, because I think we all started with New Horizons, like especially for casual. Did you play Animal Crossing at all? Like before New Horizons came out?
This is so sad. I had Wild World on the DS. I think Wild World was the one on the DS. I think so. I never really played it. So I don't know what happened. I think I got it at the same time that I got a Pokemon game or something like that. And it just fell to the wayside. And I think, I don't know. So someone can correct me who's played Wild World if there was a long intro. But I have a feeling I booted it up, got kind of overwhelmed with like, oh, this is taking a long time to like get the items you need to do stuff that I just never played it. So for me, really, like New Horizons was like my new entry point. Like, I consider myself an Animal Crossing fan from New Horizons.
This is an interesting, like, it's not a segue, but like it's an interesting point to make, because I started with New Leaf. New Leaf was my very first Animal Crossing game, like ever. But how you felt, where it was like, this seems like a big commitment. They're asking for a lot. Like, I think they just, in New Leaf, they just give you like, here's this loan that you got to pay off, like right off the rip. And I'm just like, that's a lot or whatever. At least from what I remember, they were just like, you enter your village and they're like, by the way, you're the mayor now and you have like 15 million responsibilities. And I'm just like, this is so crazy. But with New Horizons, right, this was during a time where the world was a little and we couldn't really do much. Like, we couldn't go outside, so we had, I guess, the bandwidth to dedicate time to be like, okay, I have a $50,000 or 50,000 bell loan, right? Yeah. What else am I gonna do? Go outside and catch the coronavirus? I'm gonna sit here and fix this loan and stuff like that. So I guess it was one of those that's like, we kind of didn't have a choice. If that makes sense. So I think that's very interesting. I think that's one of the big reasons why we got like super hyper fixated on Animal Crossing, right?
It's so weird. Yeah, it's you can't make up the fact that it launched like the same month that the world shut down to have a way to live a day-to-day life in like that simulation kind of style.
Because I think otherwise, like, because people will say, oh, you got to play Animal Crossing kind of like an hour a day. Like you do your dailies, you know, you water your flower and then you're done. And then that's it. I feel like before the pandemic, I would not have done that at all. I would have been like, this is the most boring thing ever. But now I get it. Now I get it.
Yeah.
So now I'm like obsessed. And now we have this 3.0 update out and stuff. We haven't really dabbled into the update at the time of recording this. I think when you guys see this, it'll be like 2 weeks. Like you guys are already deep in this update and stuff. But I'm really interested to like really dig deep in my island now that, you know, we have more like quality of life and that they've added. Like there's bulk crafting now. So like that'll be so good for fishing because I want to complete my fishing Pokedex and whatever. And crafting bait was like so tedious and stuff. But now you can make 10 baits and just like craft so much and you're good. So I think it's going to be so helpful.
What was your biggest pain point in Animal Crossing prior to this update, and did they solve it, or is it still a
I think
a pain
it was
point?
bow crafting, and also I think I don't know how true this is. You guys can correct me if you want, but I believe you can craft. So like if you hit your DIY bench and you want to craft, they also take into account what's in your storage too. So you don't need to have things in your pockets anymore. They're just like, oh, you have iron in your storage. Okay, we'll use that, which is like, that's huge.
That's so nice.
I don't want to go to my house, grab this stuff, and then, I don't have the materials for this. Oh, I gotta go and get it. And you don't have to do that anymore. It's just, you know? So that was very helpful. And I think it'll just like speed things up.
Yeah.
And I think the terraforming is a lot faster too.
It looks like it. It definitely looks like it.
So I'm just like, I'm so excited. And now I don't have a need to like reset my island anymore because there's like dream islands and stuff. So you don't have to reset. You know, I don't have to make a third island anymore.
That was my biggest gripe. I mean, that's the reason why, even though my island's like, it's fun, but a bit of a mess, is I was like, gosh, I wish I could have done it over and I would have terraformed differently. But I was like, I know myself. I cannot put the time I put when we were forced to be inside. And like, I was streaming, I think like 8 hours a day. Like
Same.
between 2020 and like 2022, I was like on my biggest like Twitch grind of all grinds. Like that's where I got my reputation about being up at 5 a.m. because I was playing Animal Crossing, then I played Final Fantasy, then I played Pokemon. Like I was rotating through everything. So
which is good.
It's weird thinking now that in a way, I was grateful for Animal Crossing at the time, but I was like, I miss going outside, and so I don't grind the same way anymore.
Well, now I'm trying to. Now that this update is out, I think my intention for me jumping back into my island is to play Animal Crossing, I guess, as intended. Like do the 1 hour, like, you know, okay, doing my dailies, I gotta do this and whatever, you know. And if I have a project of like something I want to decorate, then I'll dedicate it, but I'm not gonna spend 8 hours every single day playing this game because then I'll get crazy burnout. And there's other games to play and stuff as well. The point of Animal Crossing is just to like take it one day at a time. You're not supposed to, you know, at least from what I understand from like the OG Animal Crossing players, they're like, you're not supposed to like, you know, get everything all in one day and whatever. I'm sure people have data mined and like have every single item from the 3.0 update now at this point. But I'm trying not to be like that. I just want to, it's easy going. It's easy going. You know, that's my vibe. But yeah, visiting your island, I will say, like, is there anything that you want to like change up in your island now that we've like toured it and stuff, which you guys, the Patreon people will see. But you said you had like a spa area. Are you going to be adding anything to that? Are you going to be downsizing?
I think I should downsize it. And to give everyone a little bit of context, I terraformed first, and I was like, I want to give myself space to have the items, and I made it way too big. But taking it, the problem is I terraformed it, but then did everything around the spa. Like I didn't make the spa first. Like I made everything around it, and then I tried to fit the spa with the remaining space that was there. And I realized I mean, if there's something I could put in the middle of the spot and justify it being that huge, but I don't think you can't pour water buckets, right? Like, that's something Minecraft's got on Animal Crossing, right? I can't pour water, like, there in between.
I think there's buckets. I think there's a water bucket. I don't know. I would have to look up if there's a bucket item, but I'm pretty sure that there is.
If I could, maybe I would make a little, like, waterway in the middle or something to make it feel relaxing. But, yeah, there's so many things that I was telling you this off the podcast that I found out because New Horizons was essentially my first serious Animal Crossing game that I was like, you only get 8 inclines? I found that out mid-vision, of my island. And I was like, okay, I'm putting 2 inclines here. I'm putting 2 inclines here. And then I put 1 incline. I'm like, what? What do you mean I can't put any more? Which, I don't know if that's changing. Or did we get more over the years? Or
I have no idea. I know that there's, like, increased storage, but I think the more that we, from the past, speaking to people in the future, the more that we explore, and maybe they added more inclines.
Yeah, we'll have to find out.
It's definitely one of those things. But, dude, going back to the pandemic, though, like, you were saying, like, we were spending, like, 8 hours a day. I remember specifically spending a birthday in Animal Crossing.
Yes!
Like, I invited people to my island. I think I had like a party hat on, and then people were like wrapping stuff up in like presents, and they were like, here you go, here's a gift or whatever. It was so cute. I remember that specifically. And then actually, contrary to belief, my wife's sister graduated, I think, high school, and then we celebrated her graduation in Animal Crossing. So we did like a makeshift, like, it was very scuffed.
I had to do that. My university undergrad degree was in 2020, so I didn't go to an in-person ceremony, which honestly I have so much PTSD from my university. Like, I made it through, did all right, graduated with distinction or whatever, blah blah blah. But I was like, honestly, I'm down to just playing. But my friend, she made me a graduation ceremony because I was like too busy doing other things, and she surprised me, and then we did something. And I was
so cute. Cool. I actually remember. Oh my god, I'm just thinking about like Animal Crossing memories from back then because like there was a big thing about like the hemispheres, right? So it's like the northern hemisphere had like your summer, winter, whatever, and in the southern hemisphere, it was the opposite. So like we had spring because it was April when it came out. It was like during Bunny Day and whatever. And so people down under had fall. And so I was communicating with Zoe Two Dots. Shout out to Zoe Two Dots. And we were going to each other's islands, and she was like, oh, you have this? Oh, I'm going to grab this. And we were all we were truly like communicating with people across literally the planet just to be like, oh, you have this bug in your island? I'm going to grab my net and like just grab it really quick. It's so funny. And like fish and that kind of stuff. I remember that. It was a good time. I don't know.
I hate the tarantulas. The tarantulas? Oh, really? Oh my god, the way that I would squeal like in person. I don't know if you've ever seen one of my most popular clips from Animal Crossing was you can't make this up. I got jump scared by a tarantula because there was one that appeared. I screamed, but then I looked to my wall in real life, and there was this bug called like an earwig. I don't know if you've ever seen this kind of bug. It's like a little flat stick. It's disgusting. And so here I was. I screamed because of the tarantula. Then 5 seconds later, it's like, bop, bop, bop. I look to my wall and I scream again.
I just Googled what an earwig is, everybody. I don't like that. I don't like that. That's so terrifying.
Gross. So it was so funny because then I literally was like, okay, everyone, I'm going to BRB to like kill it and get rid of it. But I'm too scared to do that. So at the time I was still living with my family. So I think this was in 2020. So I went home with my family, while all that stuff was going on. And,
I understand. Yeah.
And I literally had to ask my brother. So I like mute the stream, get rid of my face cam, and I'm like, please kill it, please get rid of it. And I'm just like, nobody knows the amount of chaos that's going over here, like trying to get a shoe and like all this stuff going on. Animal Crossing manifested this dang bug in my apartment.
I'm glad that doesn't exist in Animal Crossing. That looks terrifying. Yeah. Like, I think that's the first time I've ever seen that. Is that bug? I don't know if we want to get deep into it. Is that like exclusive to like the north or whatever, or is it a common bug?
I have no idea. I don't know. And also, I guess it must have been summer, right? Like, I don't know. It must have been summer. Yeah, that would make sense.
It was during like the spring or something like that.
It must have been during summertime. Because otherwise, in Toronto, in the cold, the bugs are dead. So I think it was summertime when they were out and about.
The European earwig, and it's very much in the Northeast. It exists in the Northeast.
I hate it.
Well, I mean, it's very rare. I think. Well, it's not very rare. There's dots in your area, in your neck of the woods. So hey, keep a lookout. Keep a lookout for your earwigs, everybody. Anyways,
did you have any jump scares in Animal Crossing, or like is there anything that skeeves you out, or you're like, nah?
The tarantula was very scary. Actually, I will say, because I had uploaded a video to my second channel, just like essentially what we did for Patreon, just revisiting my island, just being like, what the heck's going on? But at the time it was 7 p.m. going into 8 p.m. So I'm running around, I'm looking, I'm just like, getting my bearings, and there's this tarantula on the side. It's in the YouTube video, and I was just like and I was just like, oh my god, the game's trying to skill check me, see if I remember how to catch the tarantulas and stuff. But I ended up catching it, and I ended up selling it, and all was well. But yeah, it's a thing. Maybe that's why you probably only play during the daytime, because I feel like at nighttime it's it's the end.
Well, also, this is almost the same issue I have with Stardew, but at least it doesn't force close you out, which is that I am a night owl. And so, when I play after 6 p.m., which honestly, a lot of people who worked full-time minus pandemic work shutdown, it's like a lot of times when I was growing up, and also to this day, I like to play my video games between 6 p.m. and like midnight is my gaming time. Like the daytime is my admin work, my other types of stuff. And so, they close Nook's Cranny at like 8 p.m.
Yes, you don't have a lot of time. Yeah.
At the time, back when that game came out, I was streaming at 9 p.m. So I know there's like, it's a hot take whether you like daytime skip or time travel, but I purposefully set my time to like literally 12 hours before, because I was like, I want to be streaming and I want to be able to play, like I want to go to Nook's Cranny, I want to be able to go and do this. So I always changed for that. I think for that entire year I was playing on some other time zone just to be able to enjoy Animal Crossing. So I'm glad they don't force you, like with Stardew they're like 2 a.m. go to bed. I love that about Animal Crossing, that you can still play at night and be around. But I was like, why do things gotta close? I'm the mayor. Let me choose the hours that things are closed.
Yeah, that's true. Make it permanent, 24 hours or whatever. Yeah. You actually unlocked a memory for me. Like I specifically remembered, this was again during pandemic times, which I think I do have to adopt nowadays. But I remember like waking up at like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning to visit Miss Daisy May on Sundays for the turnips and like stuff like that. Like I'm trying to buy these turnips. Like I remember waking up, crack a dawn.
You would just set your alarm. Oh my gosh.
Well, at the time it was also like we weren't doing anything, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get up, get my turnips, and then go back to sleep. So I remember that like vividly, and I feel like I have to do that now, but now it's such a struggle to wake up in the morning. Back then I was so motivated because everyone was doing the same thing, so I'm just like, I'm gonna get my turnips, it's gonna be great, and I'm gonna go to other people's islands and like sell them and stuff. I will say, when I booted up my island for the first time yesterday, I had a spoiled turnip in my pockets, and I was like, no, I was so sad.
The prices, I'm trying to remember, because I was definitely in the turnip market, but it would be like one turnip would be a certain amount of bells, right?
Yes.
So like people's islands would have different amounts, so it'd be like I'll take one turnip for like the 500 was like the good. That was the stonks.
That was good. Like that was huge. Yeah, because especially if you bought turnips for really cheap, so like let's say they were like 80 bells each, then you would just buy a whole bunch of them, and then you would get a crazy return, and it was nuts. Right now I'm just sticking to money tree grinding, because at least with the money trees you can get 30,000 bells like with every money tree if you do it correctly. But I think I do have to invest in Miss Daisy May. She is my favorite. She's one of my favorite like NPCs. I love that NPC so much. Yeah, her and oh my god, the blue hedgehog in the Able Sisters. I like her too.
It's Abel and Mabel. One of
those. One of those. Yeah. Oh my god, I love those guys. They're like my favorite.
Were you ever spoiled to the Tarantula Island, or did you discover it naturally?
I didn't do that. I don't know if I did. Well, this was years ago, mind you, so I don't remember. But I remember the rumors of the tarantula. I don't think I made it like organically. I wasn't big on the tarantula farming. But I think it was because I was spooked like you were. I was like,
it was horrible.
I
guess it's because I was like villager not skipping, but yeah, like I was farming for villagers. And so I stumbled across one of those islands and I'm like, this is horrible. Like, this is the worst thing that I've ever seen.
Actually, you know what's funny? Speaking of, because you were talking about villager like hunting and stuff like that, it made me think of, I actually have on my iPad, I have like an Animal Crossing like planner. People make apps for New Horizons for like your organizing and stuff like that. So it's like I have my whole catalog of like, you know, artwork that I have, and they'll tell me like, hey, it's January, these are all the bugs and the fish that you can catch at the moment. You know, so I'm trying to complete my Pokedex for that. But it's like I have like a dedicated planner of like all my stuff. It has like all my villagers. Like I keep track of it like every once in a while. It's actually pretty helpful. And it just made me think of like, I feel like Nookazon was a thing back then. Do you remember that? Like that stuff was like so crazy. It was so wild. But it was helpful. I was actually able to get like a couple of recipes. I know that there was a recipe for like a cutting board that a lot of people really wanted, and I was able to get that through Nookazon, because there would be someone would be like, oh yeah, I have an extra DIY recipe, just give me like an X amount of bells and then we'll just swap or whatever. But it was like communication and like kind of community when you think about it and stuff. It was really cool. I don't know. Those are like the memories that I think about from like back then. And I wonder if that's going to be the same now that the 3.0 update is out and people are playing it.
Yeah, you know, it's a tough one to predict. It honestly, at the time of us recording it, it's very early into the DLC. I don't know. On one hand, I think they have added everything they could have added to revive Animal Crossing. On the other hand, there's some interesting competition that this is coming out at the same time as Hytale. I don't know if you've been following Hytale's launch, but Hytale, you know, very similar spiritual successor to a game like Minecraft, the team who made Hypixel, who made one of the most popular modding servers in Minecraft, you know, devs helped make this game. Game got sold to Riot. Riot ended up not making anything and sold it back to the devs at Hytale. So very interesting from a games dev perspective. I actually
didn't know any of that.
It's spicy. It's really fun. I've been following the launch of this. Is a game that like was 7 years waiting to be made with like all the biggest Minecraft streamers who, you know, are playing it now. And so the interesting thing is that, of course, Minecraft and Animal Crossing are different games, but I think they serve a similar purpose sometimes. So I also just don't know if, I don't think Animal Crossing will have the biggest resurgence possible. Like, I think all the pieces aligned perfectly for Animal Crossing to explode in 2020. But
I agree.
But you know what? It is a bigger update than I thought. And honestly, I wonder if there needs to just be more people talking about, like, if somebody told me there was creative mode in Animal Crossing like a month ago, I would have been like anticipating this update for so long. But I just like thought, 3.0 doesn't sound that special. Like, you know, even the Happy Home update or whatever it's called, that made me like, ooh, that sounds interesting. Yeah, the DLC, like it had a catchier name. I feel like 3.0 made me be like, oh, it's quality of life, not, oh, no, this is legit. This is good.
It's just so crazy how, like, when 2.0 came out, they were like, oh, this is the last update and we're never updating this game again. And then they were like, hey guys, remember us or whatever? It's just interesting. And now, you know what? When you talk about Hytale, it makes me think, because from Animal Crossing's launch, right? Yeah. It just started a huge boom of quote unquote cozy games. People were trying to like replicate this formula that Animal Crossing and Hikey Stardew Valley had adopted and stuff, and people were trying to make. So it's, I will say I'm a big Animal Crossing fan. This 3.0 update came out, and I'm just like, forget every cozy game that I've been playing so far. I am back to Animal Crossing. And honestly, like, look at I have a pillow. I have so much merch of Animal Crossing. I don't have merch and like, you know, like memorable, I don't know how to explain it for like the other cozy games. But I just feel like the Titan has come back to, I guess, compete with like the other cozy games. Yeah. Well, and also, okay, you're activating my game dev brain for an interesting discussion a little bit, which is that as somebody who has had experience working with indie games and helping with their marketing plans and things like that, there are so many times that, you know, a dev makes a cozy game with the intention of, we want to be the next Animal Crossing. And not to say you shouldn't try, but
a lot of times, I think an underrated thing about a game launch is being the first to innovate on something and being the first, like, you know, Stardew is so popular for a reason. It was the first to do a farming game in the way that it did, or one of the first, right? And of course, there's a mix of marketing and other things that got involved, but sometimes it's also a difficult comparison. You know, Animal Crossing had a very large budget. You know, it's Nintendo money, you know, Nintendo money to help market it, to get it into the hands of a lot of people for the first time. Probably a lot of people's first ever cozy game was a Nintendo property of some kind because they've got the money for it. And so I think when all these other games try to copy it, same with Battle Royale format, like how many games other than Fortnite do you think were successful that came after Fortnite with that same format, even though there were hundreds of launches of Battle Royale type stuff? So it is interesting.
Like the hero shooter, I think about Concord and how well that went. Oh gosh. But yeah, I get where you're coming from. Yeah, when it comes to the cozy stuff.
It's interesting. I think there's like a whole niche of people who like cozy games, but once someone has their one cozy game, I don't think there's a lot of, well, and I mean, I shouldn't speak because there is a streaming community of folks who do want the next cozy game, but I would argue a lot of cozy game streamers, they have their one game and that's their game. That's the one they want to become experts in. That's the ones that they really enjoy. I don't know. Does that line up with your experience, you think?
I think so. I will ask just right up, you know, because you were in that topic. Are you interested in playing Hytale now that, because you followed it so much?
Oh yeah, I do. Now having time is the struggle of my life right now, because there's always something going on in my life. But yeah, I think the story, it is so rare to have a precedent. Like, you know, basically the fact that Riot Games sold back something, like the amount of AAA companies that they just let it die into the ground. Like Microsoft will buy off a game and then, you know, it never comes to fruition because understandably, listen, Riot's got a lot of priorities. And, you know, when you're a big company, you have a limited amount of like budget for risk, right? Sure. Where you're like, let's develop Hytale because it was their experiment of like, yeah, let's buy off this thing and like start putting resources towards it. But for 4 years, like it wasn't ready for playtesting. It wasn't ready. And they just kept prioritizing their other properties that are making them money, that already have an existing fan base versus like, you know, Riot's not really known for Minecraft adjacent type games. So the fact that they sold it back to the original people, like, is so huge. It's so interesting. So I'm curious, like, and the strategies have been really interesting from the guy who's like literally like, hey, this has been a fire pit. Like the engine, like he was fully transparent. They spent so much time on an engine. The game is not fun. The game has nothing to it. They're like, he was like, but I'm going to tell you all this because what I'm going to do is keep my promise to you all. You've all been waiting 7 years. We're going to release this game. It's going to have bugs in it. It's not going to be like good at first, but we're going to save this game and there's potential for it. But like, you know, and I know for a lot of you, first impressions matter. It's going to be rough. And like, people love this game. Like,
just
people are like
transparency about it. Yeah. And I think when you walk into that game with those transparencies and those like, you know, here's the expectation, it's probably going to be crap, but if you want to try it, here it is. Then that gives people, you know, because people expect the game to be like perfect, like on early access and like that kind of stuff. So I think that's also probably why it got like a big reception, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
Well, people have been waiting for this game, like, especially in the Minecraft communities. Like, people have wanted this game, like, for years. And, you know, it probably would have, like, exploded more if it had come out way before. But it's a cool cultural gaming moment for a game that everyone thought was never going to release ever again. And that, like, people, like, before it got bought back, like, the comments on all the trailers were like, how many of you, it's year 6 and we're praying that this game will come out? Like, there was a cult following for it. That's it. Like, there was a cult following for it. So, but with Animal Crossing's new update, it's kind of like, yeah, I think it's good, but there's so many saturated like markets for like cozy. You want this? Like, I feel like everyone's getting split their attention between what to play.
Now, here's my question as you know, because you've dabbled into game dev, marketing, and whatever. Yeah. Do you think? Well, you're not a game dev, but I just, from your expertise, I'm not an expert.
I have games industry experience.
I am simply a fan. Do you think Nintendo should have made a brand new Animal Crossing, like use their resources to make a brand new one? Or do you think it was a good call that they made this quality of life 3.0 update, despite all the saturation that's going on and that kind of stuff.
Oh, well, this is a fun one. So I have a little bit of insight based off of like, you know, you can hear at like GDC and other events, you get to hear a little bit of, you know, behind the scenes about, you know, I guess like the methodologies behind like a game that comes out, or at least I think so. And so I'm trying to decide how much detail can I say on the podcast.
Understandable.
I think this is all public knowledge. If it's not, I'll edit it out and make a note to edit it out.
Understandable.
But essentially, one thing about Nintendo is that they start with the core mechanics first before deciding which franchise they're going to make. So their first thought is not, we need a new Animal Crossing because this is going to make us money. The first thought is, what is the new innovative game mechanic? And that is going to determine which franchise ends up getting that. So, for example, with Donkey Kong Bonanza, you know, the idea of like all the digging and the smashing and like the way that that game plays, first they developed that from like a, you know, comp sci point of view, dev's point of view. And then they were like, which character, you know, would this fit best with, and work that way? And
you
so
know what's funny? I actually, just not to cut you off, but that actually reminds me of, I've seen a couple of like developer like interviews when it came to Splatoon.
Yep.
They wanted to get into the shooter genre. However, they were like, how can we make it for everyone? And how can we make it us? And I think Nogami-san was like, what if they swam in the ground? And they were like, perfect. Make it. And they were, you know, like that's all it took, because it was just was a 3D shooter and third person shooter, and then they were like, okay, how can you make it Nintendo? And they were just like, swim in the, you know, and also they're not kids, they're little squid people.
Yeah,
perfect. Sign it up. Okay, sorry, continue with what you're saying.
Okay, good. So the fact that you've heard this makes me feel more confident that we can leave all of this into the podcast. But essentially, because of that, I personally think it's highly unlikely that we were going to get a new Animal Crossing, even though it would have been so good. We've got something like Pokopia coming out later this year. But I think that, I don't know if I don't work at Nintendo, but what would they add to Animal Crossing to warrant a new game? Because I think what they did now is perfect for like giving players who love Animal Crossing something that's like good, but it's not the next like, not gimmick, but you know what I mean? Like something that really takes it to the next level. Because honestly, this is an example of like, all right, should we make a new game, or should we just update it to a 3.0? Like, do other games need a full sequel, or do they just need that quality of life update and then it's perfected like what that was supposed to be, you know?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, there was a lot of like, I wouldn't say complaints, but definitely criticisms when it came to New Horizons. They were like, oh my God, like boat crafting was a huge thing. They were like, why do I have to make one fish bait every single time? This is hell. I want to make like 10 of them at once. Like I'm wasting time. I want to fish. I don't want to spend the majority of my time crafting all this bait just for me to get it on the first go. You know what I mean? So them adding that quality of life is definitely very good. I'm pretty excited to like dive into it. Okay, that was pretty good insight. I see you. I understand. It makes me think about Breath of the Wild too, because they also wanted to get into the open world, like that kind of stuff. And I can see your thought process be like, what character would be good for like exploring an open field and, you know, taking down bad guys? What if it's Link from Legend of Zelda? You know, I get it.
It's so interesting. Like, I think it's really easy for consumers to be like, they just want money. Of course they're going to make a new game. But when you hear from the people who are actually in charge of making the game, there is a lot of creative process and like innovating. Same with like, honestly, even Disney. Every big corporate company has got its issues. But like when you go and listen to like, where were we at Disneyland? I think, where you showed me the like the artists who are working on games, or
no, maybe
I was watching a deep dive on like the innovation squad at Disneyland and Disney World, the people who make the animatronics for the games, and even something like that, making a theme park. These huge companies have like a really in-depth, like innovative process that, you know, they're only going to make this thing if it can offer a certain amount of value, and like they purposefully will scrap ideas halfway through, you know, movie scripts, like all this stuff to be like, can we make this better? And I think that's so interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I miss the old Disney. Like at the end of the day, I still miss the old Disney. Yeah. Like as someone who watched like A Bug's Life and Hunchback, Notre Dame, and like that kind of stuff, I'm just like, man, I wish they brought that stuff back. Though there are some modern Disney movies that are good, but that's a side tangent for later. Watch Elemental, people. If you haven't watched it, you should.
I haven't watched it. I need to.
Every time I play that movie, I've cried. Like every time, and I know what happens. And I know it's so it's crazy. Oh my gosh. So on this note, do you think Steph of Anime, do you think in 2 weeks you're still gonna be playing Animal Crossing? Or is it just I'm gonna stream it for one night and that's it?
I know, right? It's so difficult. I'm such a momentum driven person. I feel like if people like start hosting Animal Crossing parties, I'd be like, yo, I'm down. But I could see it going either way right now. I think I'm definitely going to play it for 2 days. I'll play it, on the day of launch. And then I think I'll do like a community, like island tour type thing. I think would be fun. I used to do that and hopefully with the load times of Switch 2, it seems from our Patreon special, it loaded a little faster, but still takes a bit.
I was able to like run around and there wasn't any like crazy lag and stuff like that. Versus I remember like running into like an island where there was like a lot of items and a lot of stuff moving around. And I'm just like, just like stuttering. So it's an improvement from the Switch one.
It's an improvement, but it still takes like I'm curious if I'm waiting for 8 people to come on my island and it's still gonna take like 15 minutes. Like
flying,
the flying, it would be cool if you could like turn that off but I think they need that, I guess, to bring people over.
You need to like load the character in and like get the multiplayer data set up and stuff, I guess.
So it's smart. It's smart for them to show something while they need to download all that data, I guess. But I don't know. What about you? Are you planning to like be locked in for a while?
I think so, but essentially, again, like I'm not going to be playing for 8 hours a day like I talked about before. I think like literally just having it on the side, like even if I do stream, I'll be like, all right guys, 1 hour of Animal Crossing, I'm just going to get everything set up while we all, maybe people come into the chat and I'll be like, all right, how's your day going? How's, blah, 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 while I'm like watering my plants and doing that kind of stuff. So I think that's what I'll do. I'm definitely interested in like messing around with villager hunting. I don't know if I want to do that, but I definitely want to like perfect the island. That's the vibe. There's only
who's the dream villager? Who's the villager
I already have her. It's Puddles. 100%. That's my favorite villager ever. Well, actually, it's a tie. I love Puddles and I love Lily. They're both frogs. Those are like my 2 favorites. Who's your favorite villager?
Zucker.
Oh, that's right. Yep. We did mention that. Oh,
I love Zucker.
So good. But you have Zucker in your island.
Yeah. I have Zucker, Marina, Octavian. I got my squad.
But would you villager hunt for a cephalobot?
Oh, I should. Honestly, I should. I forgot how to do it. I'm gonna have to learn. I forget.
You need a crap ton of Nook Miles or the Nook Miles tickets.
Yeah,
you have to
forget how to get those.
Well, if chat is nice enough, they could gift it to you.
Oh,
they could be like, "Here's my 400 Nook Miles tickets that I'm gonna do nothing with." But you have to accumulate the Nook Miles in your phone, and then you can redeem them. And I think they're 2,000 a pop or something like that. So, it's a grind.
I remember learning that like it's harder to kick off the villagers or something where like if you had done it like as you were getting the new villagers, that's the best time to villager hunt instead of letting them the first. Because when I first got the game, I just let the first villagers move in, like all the whoever was first come first serve, and I was like, oh wait, I should be kicking them off for like saying no until I find someone.
You know what's funny? When I made the second island, I didn't really do that. I remember because I was making TikTok content at the time of like my 2.0 island, and I was just like, whatever villager comes in is the vibe, and it's like, and if they want to leave, then they leave, and whoever comes in, and whatever. Now I'm not so sure. Now I feel like, should I dedicate like to get specific villagers that I want in? I know I want Tulin for sure from the Legend of Zelda collab and stuff. But other than that, it's just, I don't know. aside from Lily and Puddles, I don't really attach myself to a whole bunch of villagers. There's some that I dislike. Like, I think there's one named Diva. She's also a frog. I really do not like Diva.
Is Diva a diva?
I mean, Google her. She's something. she's not my favorite. I don't know if you have a villager that you just like, oh God, I hate this guy.
Oh my gosh, Diva's so funny. Diva's staring into your soul.
I don't like Diva at all.
Oh, I think my take's gonna be upsetting. I don't like the clown. I forget. Pierre? What's his name?
Oh. I think I know who you're talking about.
The sheep or something? No. Pietro. Yeah. Oh, you don't like that one? Oh, is it because he's a clown? Yeah. Pietro's too much of a clown for me.
Yeah. So you have a fear of clowns? Is that why?
No, I just think that it's like the same reason I don't like Bruxish in Pokemon, which is just the colors hurt my eyes.
Interesting.
Your existence hurts me, Pietro.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, now I know.
How many Animal Crossing villagers are there? I'm very curious.
Like 400 plus.
What?
Yeah,
400?
Like
413.
So which is why villager hunting is so difficult. If you're trying to get your dreamy, like if you wanted Cephalobot, it's a 1 in 400.
That's why I never got him
every time. It's really, and you can get duplicates. If you see that one villager over and over again, that's not Cephalobot. You're gonna be like, oh my God, you're gonna have a vendetta.
Do you have Aurora?
I don't.
I feel like Aurora is your energy. I don't know how to explain it.
What?
Aurora's a penguin. I'm looking at them all now.
Oh, because you're. Oh, Aurora has these deep black eyes. This is terrifying.
No, listen, it's not soulless. I wasn't calling you soulless. I just think that there's something about like a blank stare of a cute penguin.
Actually, speaking of villagers, do you know your birthday villager? There's birthday
No.
villagers. So it's like you type in Animal Crossing, and like if their birthday is your birthday, that's your birthday villager.
Oh no, I just found them. I scrolled. It's Boris.
Boris.
November 6th.
Who's Boris? Let's see. Oh, he has cute little face.
He looks like Ganon if Ganon was an Animal Crossing.
Yes. Mine is Clyde. My birthday
Clyde's
villager.
I like Clyde. I know Clyde.
You know Clyde?
Wait, do you have I actually know Clyde. I remember seeing him when I was hunting. Wait, do you have Camo Frog? This is now becoming a tier list of Animal Crossing villagers.
I know of Camo Frog. I do not have. I have
He's
the
cute.
the frog villagers I have is Puddles and Henry. I have Henry. I really love Cousteau. Cousteau is another frog villager I love. That's actually one of my emotes. I have like emotes of some frog villagers.
Aww.
And then I forgot the other one. Oh my God, I'm gonna lose it. There's another frog villager that I have that has like a pog face, and I forgot his name. But a lot of the frog villagers I enjoy. Boris.
Do you? Okay, you know who stole my heart? An example of just bonding. So my first villager was Cherry, the dog.
Cherry.
And
okay.
It's
yeah.
So at first I was like, I'm gonna get rid of Cherry because, you know, she's cool and all, but not one of my dream villagers, so I'll get her off the island. But by the time like I was ready, like, because I had other villagers, I'm like, I'm getting rid of you first. I'm getting rid of you first. By the time it was like Cherry's time, I was like, Cherry, you've been with me since the beginning. I don't want to get rid of you. And
Literally.
So now I love Cherry only because she was destined. She was just my first ever villager.
She's
that
your
came
day
by.
one villager since the pandemic came out. When you think about it, so she's been around for 6 years almost. Isn't that crazy?
I can't get rid of her, so Cherry stays forever.
You know what's crazy? Because if you're in Patreon, you will see the episode at some point. But I was looking through all of your villagers, and I was like, well, a good replacement for Cephalobot would be Cherry, but I don't want to say it out loud, you know?
I know.
And I was just like, why does she still have Cherry? But I'm like, okay. Yeah, like, I just kind of like shrugged it off. But now that I know the attachment, I'm like, oh, shoot, you know?
Nah, I can't get rid of anyone. I think if I were, I might get rid of, who is the Flora is the
flamingo?
The flamingo, yeah.
She's so rare.
Oh, really?
Sure?
Okay,
well, I don't know.
It's hard because I kept both Flora and I got Fuchsia, the wolf, the pink wolf, because I wanted the gray wolf. I forget I don't know what her name is, but there was a gray wolf I wanted, but I got the pink wolf, and so I'm like, all right, I'll take it. She's close enough.
She's mean Fang? Fang is a gray root.
That's
gray
who
wolf.
I wanted. Yes, I wanted Fang for my island. So the reason all these pink ones is because I kept getting pink villagers, and I was like, you know what? They're close. They're close to who I want.
That's
I'll take
fair.
them.
Do you know about Audie? Do you know about the villager Audie? Okay.
Yes.
Do you know the backstory when it comes to that?
No. What's the backstory of Audie?
So they created this new villager named Audie after like this grandma that played Animal Crossing New Leaf every single day. Like she was playing like literally since launch, she's been playing Animal Crossing New Leaf every single day. And then Nintendo this is from what I heard, Nintendo made a villager after this grandma. And her name is Audie, and she's a wolf villager. It's very cute.
That's adorable. Oh my god, have you seen Cousteau?
Yeah, Cousteau. That's my guy. That's my guy.
Cousteau, so funny. I'm acting like I didn't just see your island and all your villagers, but I did forget them. So I'm gonna just ask you again for the people.
I do not have Cousteau on my island, but I am aware of Cousteau because in my first island, Corona, it was full of frog villagers. I didn't care what villager it was, as long as it was a frog. I was like, you're in. So I think I ended my first island because I had every villager as a frog villager, and I was just like, well, it's perfect, there's nothing else to improve on, all is well. And so that's why I made the new island, kind of.
Oh my gosh, Étoile is like a sheep that's purple and cute and pink. I usually don't like the sheep villagers, but I do like her. She's cute.
Another villager that uses the Animal Crossing amiibo cards. That's amiibo card only. So like my Chai elephant Étoile is also like you have to scan it in order to get it.
And is it a one-time scan, or if somebody like, because while I was in Japan, like I saw some cards, but I didn't know if they were actually usable. Maybe I should.
They are usable. Yeah, I literally have it somewhere, but I have a pile of Animal Crossing amiibo cards.
Oh my gosh,
I have so many of them because I had this dream where I wanted to get kind of like catching them all. I wanted to get every single Animal Crossing amiibo card. Turns out that is very expensive. I would highly advise against it. But that's a thing.
Whoa.
I remember getting I have Raymond's amiibo card. And like people were like villager hunting for Raymond. And I was just like, I just have the card. So I could just scan him at any time and just get it. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
I forget if I got rid of Fuchsia on my island or not. She's the pink deer. I could replace Fuchsia, I think.
So you would replace Fuchsia. Would you replace it with another octopus, or is it just vibes?
Is the last one I'm missing, I think. I don't think there's that many. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's just the 4. Yeah.
Do you know your partner's favorite villager?
I don't.
Well, that's a good question to ask.
I should have.
My partner's favorite villager is Antonio.
Antonio?
He's an anteater named Antonio.
My God.
And she thinks he's the cutest thing ever.
Let me look.
Antonio is very cute.
I didn't control F. I ruined.
Which is really interesting. Like, it really makes you think that, like, every villager is someone's favorite somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so cute. So, yeah, she loves Antonio. That's,
Antonio is a cutie. Aww.
I think she had a dream of, like, getting every single anteater, but that's also, like, it's as rare as the octopus. Like, there's not a lot of them, if that makes sense.
What about Gigi the frog? Where do you rate Gigi?
Gigi's cool. I think if I remember what she looks like. Oh, yeah, she's chill.
Aww. What makes you not like a villager? Is it their personality?
It's vibe.
Or is it the vibes?
It's vibe. If I look at you, I'm just like, like, Gigi's cool. There's also, oh my God, there's another frog that I enjoy, but she has like big lips. It's so funny.
Yeah.
But she's also a vibe too. Yeah. A good majority of the frog villagers I enjoy. Yeah. What's her name?
Remembering Judy is popular amongst people, I think. I remember a lot of people wanted Judy.
And, Marshall, I believe.
Oh,
Marshall.
Yeah. Wait, Lopez is straight out of Beastars.
Lopez
is straight up Beastars.
That's true.
Straight up.
What's funny? Oh, dude, let me not inspire you, but you can theoretically have like an anime island. Just start over. do an anime island, and then you just pick villagers that are based off of like different anime characters.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be wild. Can I do that in my dream island? Because I can put. Oh no, you can only put existing. You'd have to have them live.
Villagers.
Dang.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Yeah, there's so much. How do you feel about like the decorating of the rooms and stuff? Like,
oh, I love it.
Is that like your favorite thing or because I remember talking about this with Courtney with my wife, as she loves terraforming specifically. Like that is like her favorite thing of all time. When it comes to customizing, I love like my clothes. I love decorating my person.
Whoa.
Changing my clothes outfit every day gives me so much joy. Like the second I boot up the game, I'm like, let's go to my closet. Oh, let's see what's in my wardrobe. What I put on? That's my favorite part of playing Animal Crossing. But I don't know what you like. I don't know what gives you joy. When you play Animal Crossing?
I definitely like not even just interior. I actually don't like terraforming at all. I found it so stressful. Like I found it so hard to terraform exactly how I wanted to get things. But I didn't show you, but this will give suspense for the next time we play together because for the sake of time, we didn't go through our entire house. My basement is a rainforest cafe. And I was so proud. I was so proud of myself for coming up with a use for the rainforest wallpaper. I was like, I'm going to make this cafe. So I do think I do love decorating the rooms. Like I have a lot of fun with that, or just in general. Like I think for me, the inspiration comes from the furniture pieces. So I'm like, ooh, how can I put them all together and make something sweet? So
you'll love the hotel then. Like the hotel, they literally give you a theme, and they're like, make this room off of this theme. So it's like a seaside room or seaside bed, and then they give you some furniture, and you could also use stuff that you currently have, and then you could just like go crazy. So I think you'll like the hotel a lot. It'll be fun. Actually, oh my god, it was another thing that I have to experiment with. But do you know about the Nintendo items that are in like it's in the 3.0 update? So
like the Switch and stuff.
Yeah. So it's like if you put the NES in a room, they allow you to play NES games from NSO.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
Isn't that crazy? So it's like you could boot up like, I don't know, I'm just saying like Ice Climbers because they had it in the trailer. You could play Ice Climbers in Animal Crossing.
That's awesome.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I was like, this 3.0 update is crazy. I just hope that everyone's having so much fun with it. To be honest, it's obviously going to be very long down the road when this episode comes out, but like we're fresh. Okay. I'm so excited to dive in.
It's gonna be so fun.
Oh my gosh. But oh man. So we talked about villagers. We talked about planning our islands. I don't know if Steph. I don't know. I do not have faith that you will commit, but I hope you play as much. I don't either.
Listen, I told everybody separate baton. We're gonna baton pass a second. Sure. I have an idea because at the time we're recording, it's right before my partner anniversary stream, and so I want to do a special goal to do a Digimon story Time Stranger, and I'm like, listen, if I give myself a week and play for like 6-7 hours a day, surely I can finish base game. And my whole chat was like, Steph, you ain't finishing Digimon in a week.
I have never even played that game, and I don't think that's true. It's very JRPG like grind mode. Like I will say, I haven't even beat Octopath Traveler 0 yet. And
I gotta play that too.
Girl, that's easily a 100-hour plus game.
But that easily. I knew better than to start that on stream before. But I was like, before Pokemon Day, could I beat Digimon? I might have to tailor my event idea to like a first impressions or something instead of a full playthrough.
Baton Pass to that, I would suggest to you, if you're thinking of games to play, there's a lot of like 2 to 3 hour games that are just like bangers. Like they're just straight bangers. I recently played this game called Undusted. It's going back to that cozy game category that we were talking about, but it's essentially you have these kind of like rusty, like really messed up items. Like let's say it's a camera, right? So it's like a really messed up camera, and your goal in the game is to like move it around like 3D style and like clean it and stuff. And it's a 2-hour game, and I almost cried at the end. Like it's just one of those. There's so many bangers out there that if you want like a simple like stream game to play to like be done in a day, you could do it, But you gotta beat Pokemon first.
Yes. Oh my god, I'm so close to beating the DLC. We haven't even been able to talk about the full DLC because I've been so behind.
Hopefully in 2 weeks we'll the next episode will be about the Mega Dimension DLC and how we feel about that kind of stuff. Especially now that it's been a while. Like it'll definitely be a couple of months since ZA has released in general and stuff. Oh my god, but then Pokopia. Oh, it's gonna be so much.
This is gonna be a banger year. I mean, Pokemon Day. Oh my gosh, there's gonna be so much to come. So much stuff.
I agree. But I think this is a good spot to end off for our Animal Crossing little chat.
I agree.
But if you guys want more Animal Crossing, in our Patreon there's going to be our island tours, as we talked about at the beginning of the episode. If you guys want to take a look at what our islands look like, I think it's a really fun watch, because this will be it was essentially our first impressions of looking at each other's islands, and also our villager, how we look so similar, like IRL, to our villagers. It's so cute. I think if you're even a little bit interested, I would check out the Patreon episode. Obviously, if you're financially able, but it's there. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, it's a good time. Thanks everyone so much for watching and supporting. We'll catch you on the next episode. Bye, everybody.